So today we are back finally for Isaac's 9-month update. I didn't mean to wait until 9 months. I had originally wanted to do a 6-month update, but life's busy and we just never got around to that. So today we are doing our 9-month or Isaac's 9-month update in our bed. We'll see how easy this is because he doesn't like to stay still, as you can probably see. So yeah, he is currently 9 months. He'll be 10 months in a couple of days. So this is what he's looking like at 9 months. And you're probably thinking that he looks a bit small. Okay. He is actually small. Hubby's in denial. But we'll talk about that in a second. We're going to start off with his 5th month and the things that happened in his 5th month. And when Isaac was 5 months is when we first started out trying to feed him, I guess, real food or food with a spoon. So he had his first food pretty much exactly at 5 months, and it was rice cereal. And I actually have a video of that on my Lifestyle Black Beauty channel. So the first time we fed him, it went pretty well. It went pretty seamlessly. Of course, the first couple of bites he didn't like, but after that he, started enjoying it. And pretty much during his 5th month, he did eat pretty well. But not too long after that, starting at about around 6 months, Isaac just doesn't like to eat. He doesn't like his spoon. He doesn't like formula. Well, he's never liked formula. He doesn't like table food. Yeah. Like if we give him ham, like little bites of ham and cheese and turkey, he doesn't like that.
He doesn't like water and the puffs.
Yeah, he likes water and he likes the little baby puffs. Oh yeah, he doesn't like baby food, period. Whether it has chunks in it or not, he doesn't like baby food. And he basically, anything that has to do with food, he doesn't like. Now he'll quickly put a piece of paper in his mouth. He'll quickly put anything in his mouth other than food. You put food in front of him, he wants nothing to do with it. So that has been a struggle, and that's why baby Isaac is so small, because he doesn't like food. And then when it comes to breast milk, he loves his breast milk, but he doesn't feed for long periods of time. He'll feed for a good 5 minutes and be done and be ready to do something else. He's basically, what do they call it? He's, what do they call it? He's like a distracted eater. So he'll be eating perfectly fine for a couple of minutes, and then Will walk in the room and he's done eating. Or he'll hear something on the TV, he's done eating. Or I can like literally lift my hand up to scratch my nose and he will look up at me and be done eating. Like, he gets distracted very easily. I noticed that he eats the best at night. He'll eat for a long time at night when the TV's off, when the lights are off, it's dark and everyone's sleeping. He'll eat very well, but during the day he's just distracted with any and everything. So yeah, that's when his weight started dropping. Around 5 to 6 months his weight started dropping. He's always gained weight, but he just stopped gaining as fast as he used to, or as fast as he's supposed to. So basically he'll gain like 1 pound every 2 months, which is not enough. So around 7.5 months is when Isaac started crawling, and one thing that we would notice is he would only crawl in the bed. We'd put him down on the floor and he wouldn't be interested in crawling. He would just lay down on the floor or
play with one of his toys.
Yeah, or play with his toys. He just wouldn't crawl. He would just kind of sit there, like he was kind of scared to crawl on the hard floor. Although there was carpet there, but he was still scared to crawl on the floor. Yeah, he was crawling on the bed. He would pull up on our bed head at 7.5 months as well. But of course he wasn't pulling up on the floor or anything. He wasn't crawling. He would just lay there and play with his toys. Now at 8 months is when he finally started crawling, and once he started crawling, I mean, he was just off and he was quick with it. He started crawling. He started doing the army crawl first. I think he did the army crawl for at least 2 to 3 weeks before he started doing regular crawling, and now he kind of switches between them both. I think it kind of depends on how fast he wants to go, and it also depends on if he's on carpet or if he's on the hard floor. He'll decide which one I guess is more comfortable for him to do. But that's when he started crawling at about 8 months, and that's also when he started pulling up on things. And he first started pulling up on the couch, and when we started noticing him pulling up on the couch is when we bought him the little toy to pull up on. And then we also bought a baby gate for our kitchen because we don't like him crawling into our kitchen. and he started pulling up on the baby gate, which is kind of scary because I'm always scared that he's going to pull up on the baby gate and then he's going to fall backwards and hit his head. And that's where we don't have carpet, so I'm always scared of that. I have to be extremely careful when it comes to that. Right, Isaac? We have to be careful with you. And then 8.5 months, or 8.5 months is when he started walking. Why don't you talk about that?
Well, he doesn't really walk. He tries to stand up.
Oh, yeah. Not walking, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he tries to stand up on literally everything.
That's all you got to say?
Yeah, pretty much.
Y'all, I'm trying to get him to talk. But that was not all that he wanted to say. What he also wanted to say was his mom came down when he was about 8.5 months old. And what was your mom doing?
Having him walk day and night.
Yeah, his mom.
Be with him and like assisting him in walking the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much day and night his mom assisted him in walking, you know, holding his hand, or she would wrap a towel around his stomach, right?
Yeah, like around his chest, and then he'd be walking like that by himself.
And I think she would hold the towel and then he would, you know, pull forward or whatever and try to walk. And so around 8.5 months is when, I mean, he has a really good hang of walking, assisted walking, of course. He just still doesn't know how to walk on his own. But everyone says that he's going to be walking before he is a year old. His mom said that, the doctor said that, the nurse said that. And we, of course, think that as well because...
He'll cry just because he wants to walk.
Yeah, like when we're downstairs and we're playing, you better have him walking because he'll cry if you sit down and play with him for too long. He wants to get up and he wants to walk, and he wants to walk around the whole downstairs area. He wants to go and look in the bathroom. He wants to walk to the TV. Oh my God, y'all. His favorite spot in the whole house is the kitchen. And I think that's because he knows we don't want him in the kitchen. But he is always running to the kitchen, whether it is trying to walk to the kitchen, trying to crawl to the kitchen. And he knows he's not supposed to be in the kitchen because you'll call his name and he'll look back at you and he'll stop for a second and then he'll keep going. Like, he knows he's not. And even if you don't notice him going to the kitchen, when he gets to like the opening where the kitchen is, he'll stop and look at you and see like your reaction or whatever to see if you're going to say no, stop, or whatever. So he knows no, he knows what he's not supposed to do and what he's supposed to do, but he's still always running to the kitchen. Right, Isaac? What do you like about the kitchen so much, baby? Huh?
He's doing his leg.
What do you like about the kitchen?
That mat.
Oh, yeah.
Right in front of the sink. So
now we are finally at 9 months, which is where he's at right now. And we took him to the doctor at 9 months, and he is 16 pounds, which is in the 2 percentile, which is bad, like I told you guys. And he's 27.5 inches tall, so he's in, I think, the 15th percentile for his weight. And then for his head circumference, for his height, he's in like the 15th percentile. And then for his head circumference, I guess is the biggest part of his body, he's like in the 50th percentile or something like that. I don't remember.
Big head.
And pretty much every month that we go back, the doctor will recommend something for us to do differently to try to get more calories in him. The doctor would recommend that we add formula powder to his baby food and force that into him to try to get more calories. That didn't really work as far as gaining enough weight. So like I was telling you guys about the food issue, we're not really worried because if you guys know anything about me, you know that I have struggled my whole life to gain weight. I do so much work when it comes to trying to gain weight or trying to maintain my weight. So I know it's in his genes to be skinny. Like, I know that. And even Will was skinny when he was young, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really skinny. I mean, now he's overweight, but when he was young, he was skinny. So, I mean, we're bound to have a skinny child, especially with me. I mean, you guys can tell. Like, I was skinny through my whole pregnancy. After my pregnancy, I lost so much weight. It was crazy. Like, I got down to below my pre-pregnancy weight within 2 weeks. Like, I was below my pre-pregnancy weight. I had to literally drink certain things to help maintain and gain weight and stuff like that. So I know it's in his genes to be skinny, but he shouldn't be at the 2 percentile. Hey loves, so I'm back to do a quick update on Isaac, and this is actually a really good positive update. So in the clip previous to this, I was talking about how he was gaining weight so slowly or whatever. So at our 9-month appointment, his pediatrician told us to come back in 10 days so that he could be weighed and we can see, you know, what's going on. We went back in 10 days after his 9-month appointment, and he had gained 5 ounces, and he had gained or grew in half an inch, which to me is a lot to grow a half an inch in 10 days. And 5 ounces was also good. So the doctor was like, perfect, he's gaining, he's been gaining, he's good, and we will go back in a year. So yeah, he's doing good. He's gaining slow, but he's always gaining, so the doctor finds nothing wrong with it. We just have to, you know, keep on him. And I kind of figured out the routine that's working for him a lot better than before. So we've seen 5 doctors in this practice, or 4 or 5 doctors in this practice, and every doctor kind of gives me different types of advice, kind of trying different things. And one thing I noticed is that once he started gaining really slow, they kind of pushed the whole baby food on me, and they were like, feed him baby food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, feed him baby food for snacks, feed him baby food, baby food, baby food. And they were pushing that on me and not so much pushing breast milk on me. So it kind of made me feel like my breast milk wasn't doing its job, and I think they were feeling that way too, like my breast milk wasn't doing its job. So I was kind of more focused on baby food than breast milk. And the last doctor I saw, which was a male doctor, basically was like, baby food is a supplement. He doesn't even need the baby food. What he needs is the breast milk. That's more fatty than baby food. Baby food just doesn't have enough calories. So now, basically what the last doctor told me to do is, he might not be feeding for enough time, so therefore he's not getting enough milk. The doctor basically told me when he unlatches himself, I don't even know if that's a word, but when he unlatches himself, to latch him back on. So that's what I do. I just keep latching him back on and latching him back on until he's done, like until he's completely done. And so yeah, I'm just more focused on breast milk now than I was before. I mean, I've always been focused on breast milk. I've always been pro breastfeeding, but there was just a point where I thought that my breast milk wasn't doing the job. So now I know my breast milk is doing the job, and I know that's where my focus needs to be. My focus needs to be on getting him to feed for a long enough period of time, and just continuing to latch him on and latch him on and latch him on, even when he gets distracted, to latch him back on. When he decides he wants to watch some TV, latch him back on. When he decides he wants to look up at Will and play with Will, latch him back on. Like, I'm just constantly latching him back on. And he's feeding for a very, very long period of time now, especially at night. He feeds for a very, very long period of time. So hopefully he will catch up. Like I said, he'll never be chubby. I don't expect him to be. Even the doctor told Will, because Will was like, okay, when we bring him back, he's gonna be chubby next time. The doctor was like, nah, he's never gonna be chubby. He's just, it's not in his genes.
Let freedom ring. Yeah. Let freedom ring.